Hi, welcome back. Did you ever want to be an owner of a massive waterfall? Well, this is your chance. So I found a 70-meter waterfall for sale in the state of Paraná in the south of Brazil. And you don't just get one waterfall, you get various other smaller ones as well, and you also get 25 hectares of land. Just to put that into perspective, that's over 30 football pitches. Not American football, but soccer pitches. And there's also a house included, which has 3 bedrooms, 2 bathrooms, and an open plan kitchen and living room. And this property is located near the town of Ibaichi, which is a small town of about 30,000 inhabitants in the state of Paraná. So this is a small, safe and calm town. And if you want to get to bigger cities, you've got Londrina, which is a 2-hour drive. And to get to the capital city, Curitiba, that's a 4-hour drive. And the price of this property is 1,700,000 reais, which is $298,000. And the estate agent selling this property is Imobiliária Ibaichi, and I'll leave a link to them in the description below. So let's have a look at this property. Okay, so this is the entrance to the property, and there's a bit of a parking space here. And then you can see the wooden fence, which later turns into a metal fence that surrounds the whole land. And here you can see the road that leads to the property, so it's just a dirt road. And this property is very close to the town of Ibaichi, so it's less than a 5-minute drive on this road and you'll be in the center of Ibaichi. You can see the surrounding area here is very beautiful, trees and lots of fields. Okay, so let's walk in and have a look at the property. So you've got this simple path here which leads to the house. So the house is located fairly close to the road, and then it's surrounded by the 25 hectares of land. And here you can see I built another metal fence around the house just to give it a bit more privacy. So this house is empty, it hasn't been lived in for a couple of years, and there are a couple of rundown things that would need to be fixed. It's got this nice covered porch which surrounds the whole house. You can see all the windows have metal bars on them, which is very common in Brazil. So even though this is a very calm and safe town, Brazilians still like to have shutters or bars on the windows in order to just get a bit more protection against burglaries and so on. Okay, so it's the front door and you walk into the living room. I'm not too keen on the tiles on the floor though, not the nicest brown color. And then over here's the kitchen, which, it's quite small actually, but I guess you can fit everything you need in here. And for some reason the only thing they've left in here is an exercise bike. And on the other side here you've got 3 bedrooms and a bathroom. So this is the bathroom, which is perfectly okay. I don't think you need to do too much to this bathroom. And then here's one of the bedrooms. Not the biggest, but yeah, you can fit a double bed and a wardrobe in here. And for some reason the estate agent doesn't have the keys for the other 2 bedrooms, which is a bit strange. I'm not sure if they don't want to show it because it's very messy or something, but yeah, apparently they don't have the keys to those 2 bedrooms. And then going out again, here you can see that the porch goes all around the house. And then you got a separate small house here, which they're just using for storage, but this could be converted into a separate little house. So yeah, so overall I think it's a decent house. They need some work to refurbish it, but I don't think you need to spend that much to make it a nice house. Okay, so now let's have a look at the land and the waterfall. And on the land you've got loads of these pine trees called pineros, which I think are very beautiful trees. So I'm just going to show you a view of all the land now, so you can understand where the house is, the waterfall, and all the rest of the land. So here you can see the whole 25 hectares circled by the red lines. And the house we just looked at is the one pointed to here with an arrow. So there's a bit of woodland and fields to the left of the house, but majority of the land is to the right. And to the far right, where you've got woodland, that's where the river is and all the waterfalls. So that's where we're going to head now. You got some very nice views here of the surrounding countryside with all the hills and the fields and the woods. I mean, there's lots of possibilities of what you can do with this land. Obviously you can just buy it and enjoy it for yourself. You could have a farm here, and actually the current owner grazes cattle on this land, and you can see some cattle here. And then there are many other opportunities as well for tourism. So you could build some cabins here and rent them out on Airbnb. Especially if you build them a bit closer to the waterfall, and I think some cabins there would rent out really well. And then there are also many private parks as well which have waterfalls, and then they just charge people so they can spend the day at the waterfall. So I mean, that's another option. And actually you don't need to just do one, you could do all of them. You could graze cattle here, have some Airbnb cabins, and also charge people to come in and use the waterfall as well. Okay, so now they've reached the woodland here, and so you can see it's getting a bit steeper now as they descend to the river and the waterfall. So yeah, you definitely need to improve the access to the waterfall if you're planning to charge people so they can come here and use and enjoy the waterfall. But the woodland's very nice here. And here you can also start seeing some cliffs and some rock formations as well appearing. Now you can see the cliffs are becoming bigger and bigger. I mean, this is very impressive. Just imagine owning all of this. And here you've got a first glimpse of the waterfall up ahead. But yeah, the accessibility to this waterfall isn't the easiest, that's for sure. And at the bottom of the waterfall there's a natural pool as well, which you can see a bit here to the left. Here you've got a better view of it. And the water in that pool is a very nice turquoise colour. And here it is, I mean, just looking at it, it's very beautiful. So this is the big one, so this is the 70-meter waterfall. And here's the natural pool. And then the water flows down here, and then there are further waterfalls down there, and you can see another waterfall at the far end there where the water disappears. And the stage is just going to walk over there just to give you a better perspective of how big it is. And here you can see the full height of the waterfall, so I mean that is very high up. And there's a bit of a ledge up there, can you see? So kind of the water falls down, hits that ledge, and then falls down further. Now the estate agent is saying the water is very clean. I mean, it does look clean, but that's definitely something I'd want to investigate before spending $300,000 on this thing. Because the town of Ibaichi is fairly close, so there's a risk that the water's contaminated from the town, but according to the real estate agent, the water is very clean. And then walking down the river a bit, so again all of this is included with the property. And here we've got a nice little flat open area with the river flowing here to the side with some smaller pools. So here's another much smaller waterfall, and then beyond that you can see another one after that. So there are various smaller ones here as the river goes down deeper into the valley. I mean, I'm very tempted to buy this place. I seriously am. I mean, you get all of this with $300,000. And now the real estate agent is going to fly his drone so you can see the whole land. So lots of nice open fields around the house, and no real risk of flooding or landslides or anything near the house because it's situated up on this hill. And there at the far end you can see the town of Ibaichi, so the land is very close to the town. So you can see the big waterfall and then the smaller ones below it. I mean, yeah, the waterfall doesn't look very big from up here, but when you're down there it is massive. Okay, so that's the property. So unfortunately it's not for sale anymore because I bought it. Not joking, but I am seriously tempted to buy this place. And you get a lot of land as well, which you could do a lot of things with. And I think building some cabins here on the field, up on the hill, fairly near the waterfall, I think today would rent out really well. But there are some negatives. So first of all, the location. So it's fairly close to Ibaichi and some other smaller towns, but to get to a big city you do have to drive between 2 and 4 hours, which is quite a lot. So it is a bit isolated in that sense. And also the price, I mean 1.7 million reais, $300,000, is a fair bit of money, but I think you do get a lot for that price. So I hope you liked this video. Please leave a like, subscribe. If you've got any questions or anything, leave in the commentary below. So thanks for watching, until next time.